Hey, what's going on, guys? Zephyrnix here, and right now I'm actually playing a promotional game, which is for Street Fighter versus Tekken for the PlayStation Home. Now, this one actually isn't bad. You see on the left-hand side, that's my character on PlayStation Home, sporting his jeans and his Castlevania shirt, versus, I guess Chris, his name is, some guy with a box on his head with a PlayStation Home shirt on. Yeah. It's actually pretty simple to play. Now, this one is actually a turn-based fighter. So your job is pretty much, when you're a defender like I am right now, your job is to guess if he's going to do a high attack, a mid attack, or a low attack, and then you have to block it. You know, that being said, they do have one particular move, which is the call like that, the call for if you're tagging your teammate. And when you do that, that pretty much is an unblockable move, it seems. I cannot seem to block it ever. When you're an attacker, like you just saw, you have the ability to go ahead and actually swing off on them. You can choose whether you want to punch or kick, and then you can choose whether those punch and kick attacks hit the face, the body, or the leg. So right now I'm blocking, as you see right there. Block. Looks like I might have missed that one, so he got me kicking the leg. Then I block again, the mid-body block. And then now I'm attacking right here, so I'm actually swinging off on him right now. There you go, punch in the face, he blocked it. Punch in the face again, kicked in the face rather, he didn't block it. Punched him, he didn't block it. So that's pretty much how it rolls. I mean, it's not really that difficult to play. Far from it, in fact. The simplicity is pretty much there, but that's pretty much it. This is actually one of the games I was actually playing this morning and I actually did enjoy. For example, if you look right here, this is the one I think I call Ryu to help me out. So I kick him in his face, I turn around, I punch him in his face, and then I call Ryu to finish him off, and there you go with a hurricane kick. Pretty simple, right? You know, like I said before, it's turn-based. You know, not like Pokemon turn-based, but turn-based nonetheless. This is one of the many upgrades, or rather games rather, that they have on PlayStation Home. I actually do enjoy PlayStation Home a lot. I really do. I really do enjoy PlayStation Home a lot. This is because of some of these games like this one, and it's some other games as well. It's the reason why I do spend a lot of time in PlayStation Home. And a lot of people too. It's like a lot of people want to go there and bring me into chat, you know, on what do you call it, on PlayStation Network. And honestly, I ignore them. I do not go into chat. Do not even attempt to go ahead and chat me up. You know, call me if you want to call me on PlayStation Home. That's another story, because at least there's something to do in PlayStation Home. I'll be damned if I'm going to sit there and stare at your face while I'm sitting there chatting. You know, and there's no cross-game chat either. At least in PlayStation Home, there's some sort of cross-game chat where there's some games that I can play while I'm PlayStation Home while I'm talking to you. You know, I'm just saying. You know, there's another game called Scribble something. I forget exactly what the name of it is, which I have a video of that too. I'll post it later tonight. So, yeah, that's how I am. That's how I feel about that. I'm being honest with you. Do I make this one? I don't think I make this one. Let's see. Punch, kick him in his face. Ghetto. Punch him. I think I might make it. No, he blocked it. If he blocked it, that means that he's done. There's no way that I can actually 100%, block all his next moves. So, he probably getting the first kick. Bang. There you go. So, like I said before, it's not bad. There's another game, too, I'm going to do a video of very soon. It's actually I think it's Pock and Lock or something. I forget exactly what it is, but it's basically based off of the Uncharted series. And, I like Uncharted. So, with Uncharted, I'm playing this game. I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of fun, I mean, now, don't think it's going to be as good as Uncharted. Just like this game, don't expect this to be as good as, what do you call that? A Street Fighter versus Tekken. Don't expect it to be that good. Don't expect it to be a representation of what the game really is. It's not. It's far from it. It's supposed to be just as it is. Just a game. Ooh, Dragon Punch. So that's pretty much it. There's also some other games on Home too that really surprised me. There was a DDR game that I played the other day, and it was actually a dancing game, and I had a ball with that one. And it's funny too because when you look at it, like, from a perspective, you can actually go ahead, if you actually wanted to, you can take, because when you get in a game, right, in a DDR game, which I'll show you later, but, you can actually go ahead, take the game, and you can actually, it looks like you can actually hook up a dance pad if you had one, and actually play the DDR game just like that, instead of using your controller, So, big shout out to Stevo119 right there. But, yeah, it's actually pretty fun. Like, this one is actually pretty fun. I didn't expect it to be this. I expected it to be an actual fighter. But it isn't apparently. So, which is not a bad thing. Like I said before, it isn't a bad thing at all. But honestly, if I gotta say it's one thing that I love about PlayStation 3 in itself is PlayStation Network. I really do. You know, when PlayStation Network was first announced, and it's funny too, because once again, it's the logic of all fanboys. You know, when PlayStation Network or PlayStation Home was first announced, I was the first one on it. I was like, hey, listen, PlayStation Network, this is going to be really good. Sony is promising some good stuff right here, and it has the ability to grow. And I said all that, and it's like people. It's funny too because like the PlayStation fanboys, they don't remember that. They don't remember that at all. You know, they're like, oh, I don't remember you saying that. Really? You don't remember me saying how much Little Big Planet? I was like the first one to go ahead and promote Little Big Planet. Yet they forget that too. You know, that's how they are. You know, whatever person speaking, but you get the idea. But what else? What else did I want to say? Overall, though, I really wish that Sony would just keep up with the promises that they made, you know, with PlayStation Home. You know, and I kind of expected PlayStation Home to be on the Vita, too. I'm kind of surprised it's not, just being honest with you. You know, which kind of makes me scared. So I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. Will PlayStation Home be on the PlayStation 4? You know, or are you going to get rid of that as well? Because I spend a lot of money on stuff in PlayStation Home. I don't expect it to be given, you know, just kind of pushed away. You know, I'm being honest with you. You know? And a lot of people were like, and it's funny too, because a lot of people turned around, like, they was like, oh, Microsoft didn't support the Xbox. And quite frankly, did they or did they not? They did not, and yet at the same time they did, because most of the games on the Xbox you can go ahead and play on the Xbox 360. And so with that in mind, it made no sense to go ahead and support the Xbox. You know, why support something when the other system can do everything that the other system can do and more? You know, and that's how it was. I mean, the same thing with PlayStation 2. Well, the original at the time. You know, I was like, okay, well, Sony doesn't need to support PlayStation 2 anymore because of the fact that the PlayStation 3 can play everything that the PlayStation 2 can. That's until, you know, they pulled that. But, you know, and I guess that's the reason why they kept supporting the PlayStation 2, because they realized that if they, when they pulled it, they had to, you know, and honestly, and they might have actually kept supporting the PlayStation 1 as well. I don't remember them actually doing it, nor do I even know if they actually support it now. But I mean, whatever personally speaking with that. So I couldn't care less. I'm about to go out to dinner in a couple of minutes, waiting for the wife to go ahead and get finished. So right now I'm eating popcorn. Stop from starving to death. Because I'm not sure if you guys get girls, but girls take a while to get dressed and all that. So yeah, I think we'll do Italian tonight. And anyway, so I mean, there's a robot in the back. I don't know. Sure, I think that's I don't know who. Megatron. I don't know. Let me see. He looks like Megatron, not Megatron from the original Transformers Generation 1, but some of the newer versions of Megatron. Remember, Megatron was a tank at one point, so, you know, he's missing an arm apparently too. Oh, damn. So, yeah. But, speaking of this game, I also want to bring up, what do you call that, Street Fighter vs. Tekken as well, because I've been looking at Street Fighter vs. Tekken, and I gotta say, that looks kind of hot. That being said, I'm kind of afraid to buy it because I kind of expect a new version to come out of it like real soon. Street Fighter vs. Tekken Ultimate Edition ×8 or whatever, you know. And a lot of you guys, if you remember, this isn't the first time that this particular versus game came out. I mean, a lot of people are talking about the versus games, you know. What do you call it? Like Capcom versus Street Fighter, and you know, Marvel versus Capcom. Those two. But one particular versus game that I wish they would bring to Xbox Live Arcade, excuse me. Sorry about that. I got a thing stuck in my throat there. Anyway, so like one game that I wish they would actually bring out is what was it? Street Fighter? No, Capcom versus SNK. You know, they really never. It was a game. It was a great game. And they never actually brought it. They had I wish they would have brought it to the new generation. You know, Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network games. And I kind of wish they would have done that. They didn't, sadly. You know. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I kind of wish they would, though. I mean, in my opinion, why not bring your whole library out? You know. I mean, it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win situation. You know, for example, on PlayStation, and I'll talk about this on another video too, but in PlayStation Network, in the Japanese store, there's actually, what do you call that? There's actually, Salamander. That's right. There's a game called Salamander out there for the PlayStation Network store in Japan. Now, I really want that game. Now, a lot of you may not know what that game is, and I'm going to talk about it in the other video too, but Another word for that game, another game, another, what do you call it? Another, the U.S. name for that game, that's what it is. It's actually Life Force. You may have remembered it from the Nintendo Entertainment System days. Life Force came out, and it was pretty much like Gladius, or however you pronounce it. But it also was re-released for the PlayStation 1. And a lot of people don't know this, but those shooters are actually very, very, very popular in Japan, you know? Fighting games do decent, but it's those shooters that they really love those shooters, you know? Like, there are so many new age shooters out there, and like, it's funny too, because a lot of people say, like, you know, Xbox 360 ain't got no games. It does, actually. It has a lot of different games. It's just the problem is that, Xbox ain't got no exclusives of what they say. But the thing is that they have exclusives. It's just a lot of them don't come to the U.S. And oh, lordy, they have some exclusives. They have a lot of them. And I've downloaded a couple of them too, and I'll go ahead and start showing them later on. You know, probably tomorrow or whenever, or maybe sometime. I lost that match, you know, but I'll start going ahead and showing them too, because they had like at least 4, 5, 6 games. And it's funny too, because like you got these people out there who are like, you know, who want to accept the challenge, who said exclusives. Like, I hate to break this to you, but it actually they have a lot of exclusives. You just don't see them because they're in Japan, you know. But I mean, really, whatever, really. What was it? Was it a fighting game? There was one particular fighting game that I saw that was like, it had something to do with like magic and things of that nature. And of course, it was in Japanese, so like, yeah, I can read a little bit of Japanese in text format. But when the text format's in like a big old, and you know, like a big old picture kind of thing, like, you know, like a title screen, it's extremely hard to read it. So I was trying to read it, but I didn't do as well as I could have done. But anyway, so I wonder which one of you guys are actually really, really, really excited for Street Fighter versus Tekken. Street Fighter? Yeah, Street Fighter versus Tekken. You know, I'm thinking about picking it up. I'm not sure which system I'm going to pick it up for just yet. I might pick it up for the PlayStation. That's a good chance I might pick it up for the PlayStation. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. I prefer not to do my 3D game, my online gaming on the PlayStation. You know, because a lot of times, you know, it's like it's better on the Xbox 360, and that's just being honest with you. You know, that being said, a lot of the if it's a game that I can play like single player, like God of War, well, I guess God of War is a bad example, seeing that you can't play it on the Xbox. But any other game that you're out there where you can go ahead and play it by itself, then I actually don't mind doing that. You know, but right now, playing online games right now, and a lot of people's like, oh, Zephyrnix, you're not talking about now. You know, that's back in the day. No, that's actually right now. You know, as much as WWE 12 is unplayable online on the Xbox 360, it was intolerable on the PlayStation 3, all jokes aside. So I don't really plan to do too much online gaming on the PlayStation 3. You know, not to mention they just seem to make bad decisions, you know, especially with that whole I don't want to make it a better thing, you know. Oh my God, that's something else I want to talk about too, but I'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, so that's pretty much it right there. They were saying if you wanted to go ahead and pre-order the game right there, you could, you know. You actually see their arcade versus challenge and things of that nature. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and pick it up. Oh, Chung Li, so my old crush. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Zephyrnix is out.